Aristotle was a Greek philosopher and polymath during the classical period in ancient Greece, born 384 BC, Stagira, Chalcidice, died 322 BC, aged 61 to 62, Euboea, Macedonian Empire, education, Platonic Academy, notable work, Corpus Aristotelicum, spouse, Pythias, era, ancient Greek philosophy, region, Western philosophy. School, Peripatetic school, Aristotelianism, classical republicanism, notable students, Alexander the Great, Theophrastus, Aristoxenus, main interests, biology, zoology, psychology, metaphysics, logic, ethics, geology, rhetoric, aesthetics, music, poetry, physics, government, politics. Notable ideas, Aristotelianism, speculative philosophy, natural philosophy, practical philosophy, influences, Plato, Socrates, Heraclitus, Phalias, Parmenides, Empedocles, Hippias, Hippodamus. Aristotle insisted that animals were classified by genus and species, and in his treatises, over 500 of them were organized in detail. Founder of world's first great library. Aristotle had established a philosophical school known as the Lyceum in 335 BC. It was famously known as the Peripatetic school. Aristotle famously rejected atomism in On Generation and Corruption. Aristotle was one of the most important ancient Greek philosophers, best known for his writings that cover a wide variety of subjects, such as metaphysics, music, politics and poetry. Aristotle was a student of Plato and the mentor of Alexander the Great. Aristotle famously rejected atomism in On Generation and Corruption. Together with Plato and Socrates, Aristotle is often considered the most influential ancient philosophers. His ideas stay at the basis of Western philosophy. Aristotle's philosophy had a deep influence on Christian theology and the Islamic and Jewish traditions of the Middle Ages. Besides being a philosopher, Aristotle also wrote more than 150 theater plays, of which only 30 have survived. Aristotle is one of the most important philosophers and thinkers in history. He was the first to investigate logic. He promoted systematic observation and thought in biology, physics, law, literature, and ethics. Poverty is the parent of revolution and crime. Hope is a waking dream. The educated differ from the uneducated, as much as the living from the dead. Happiness depends upon ourselves. The law is reason, free from passion. It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. Pleasure in the job puts perfection in the work. What is a friend? A single soul dwelling in two bodies. Wishing to be friends is quick work, but friendship is a slow ripening fruit. No great mind has ever existed without a touch of madness. The void is not being, and no part of what is a not being, for what is, in the strict sense of the term, is an absolute plenum. This plenum, however, is not one, on the contrary, it is a many, infinite in number and invisible owing to the minuteness of their bulk. Quality is not an act, it is a habit. Any polis which is truly so called, and is not merely one in name, must devote itself to the end of encouraging goodness. Otherwise, political association sinks into a mere alliance. Death is evil. So the gods decided, otherwise they would die. When Simonides was discussing wisdom and riches with Hieron's wife, and she asked him which was better, to become wise or to become wealthy, he replied, to become wealthy. For I see the wise sitting on the doorsteps of the rich. Now the man is thought to be proud who thinks himself worthy of great things, being worthy of them. The proud man, then, is an extreme in respect of the greatness of his claims, but a mean in respect of the rightness of them, for he claims what is accordance with his merits, while the others go to excess or fall short. Therefore the truly proud man must be good. And greatness in every virtue would seem to be characteristic of a proud man. If we consider him point by point we shall see the utter absurdity of a proud man who is not good. Anyone who has no need of anybody but himself is either a beast or a god. The aim of art is to represent not the outward appearance of things, but their inward significance. Whosoever is delighted in solitude is either a wild beast or a god. I count him braver who overcomes his desires than him who conquers his enemies, for the hardest victory is over self. A friend to all is a friend to none. Anybody can become angry, that is easy, but to be angry with the right person and to the right degree and at the right time and for the right purpose, and in the right way, that is not within everybody's power and is not easy. Education is the best provision for old age. You will never do anything in this world without courage. It is the greatest quality of the mind next to honor. Love is composed of a single soul inhabiting two bodies. The ideal man bears the accidents of life with dignity and grace, making the best of circumstances.